Hello. Welcome to another unpopular K-pop opinions. I found some of these opinions on Quora. Feel free to disagree to these opinions, but these opinions are some that I agree with. If you have some actual unpopular opinion, comment below. Okay, let's start. When a fellow K-pop stan does not stan the group you like, stop trying to persuade that person. They have their own standards, and surprise, unfortunately, your alt did not make the cut. Just like you don't like their group for being overrated. If I'm to be completely honest here, stop sleeping on someone and stan someone, without even a particular reason, apart from them being not that well known. Gets so annoying to listen to sometimes. Just because you only like popular groups, BTS, Blackpink, Twice, etc., does not mean that you are shallow. I'm not saying not so popular groups aren't likable. I'm just saying that popular groups are popular than the rest for a reason. Same goes to picking your biases in each group. The desangs that all these groups get are all well deserved. To all those people who say that companies bribe, sure, that has some merit, until you realize just how many people all over Asia are in love with the groups that won. Views don't really matter. Now, I'm not saying that views don't matter at all. Of course they do. But I'm talking about views defining how good a group is. I've seen a lot of fans talk about how their group has gotten X amount of views, which proves just how good they are. And, no, it doesn't. I think most people here can agree that DNA isn't BTS's best song, or that DDU isn't the best song K-pop has ever put out. Personally, it wasn't even good. However, views-wise, yes they are. Whereas most established legendary songs, such as Heru Heru, Genie, Lucifer, etc., don't have nearly the same amount of views. So, yeah, don't treat views as a concrete view of how good something is. Idols who are foreign and look different are marketing strats. It's not because they're talented. Take Fatah for example. Personally, I don't think her rapping was ready to debut. I said it. I think she's just there to attract people. That's it. YG's Blackpink is a group of mostly foreigners, which is why they produce more music internationally. Twice has only 4 total foreigners and 5 Koreans. Therefore, they market in Korea. I don't think it's fair for some visuals to get the chance to debut in a big group just because they are considered beautiful. I'm not gonna name names, I'd rather not get murdered in my sleep. And I know what you're gonna say. Well, they can always improve after debut. I'm sorry, but how does that sound okay to you? Imagine working your ass off for years to achieve your dream, being one of the best among dancers and singers, only in the end to have someone attractive take your spot because apparently you just didn't fit the beauty standards enough. Not everyone has to stan the groups from smaller unknown companies. I've noticed that lately it's kind of become a trend for people to act like they're superior to pop fans who stan groups from the big 3 or well-known companies. I honestly do not understand that mentality, and the fans who keep bragging about it and trying to shove the groups down everyone's throats are annoying. Look, it's okay to love and promote your faves, but acting like you're better than others and constantly bragging about them and then shaming people who don't stan them is annoying. There's probably a reason that people don't stan that group, and it's very unlikely that they are going to blow up and revolutionize pop like some of you guys claim they will. Stop shoving your faves down other people's throats. I don't like it when fans think that their favorite group's music saved them while the others simply ignored them. I know pop fans that just don't have self-confidence and ridicule themselves for their faves. A friend of mine just thinks that she's alone and only K-pop is there when she needs, but she simply had a lot of close friends that she left out just because she used to talk only about pop. It's pop, just a music genre. You better know that. K-pop is 90% business and 10% music. Making extremely personal albums that does not suit the Korean general public is a luxury only big groups like BTS can afford because they trust their fanbase. We've seen even Twice faced a lot of criticism for changing their sound. Male fans and female fans are different. The company knows this. Female fans are considered loyal and will most likely stay if the group goes on a hiatus. If a company is managing both male and female groups, he'll most likely give girl groups or rookie groups more promotions. Let's take one example of Twice, the nation's girl group. Despite having majority male fans, they keep coming back and getting extended promotions. But why? It helps as their fanbase can never completely forget them. They keep seeing Twice and can't really go to another girl group. Plus Jip groups are variety show material, so they fall in love with their personalities too. On the contrary, GOT7 gets promoted really less, yet their album sales always beat their previous ones. If the fans are steady and growing, why will Jip promote them more? Youngji was given an Os to sing, but Jip did not tweet about him. What did Agace do? They trended Youngji on Twitter, so who won in the end? I know it's unfair. It's called capitalism. Big Hit needs to know they can't promote text like BTS. Let them go on variety shows. Seriously though, I know BTS were mistreated Weekly Idol and that Jungkook incident, but drop the act of being a small company. If they want Koreans and us to know text as text and not BTS's juniors, they need to go on variety shows. Text has a completely different sound and I'm in love with the magic concept. Their recent comeback was A+ for me, but they need their own identity. They were so good on the show hosted by Lee Took. Can't you see, Bite? Can't you see? People need to stop saying some groups release too much content. Groups that are accused of this are Stray Kids, BTS, Twice. Yes, they are overworked and deserve a rest, but if you reason it as I'm a multi and I can't keep up with them, then sorry. Their priority is stays, army, and once is not multis. Dark side of kpop is a ridiculous thing to mention. Literally everything that involves humans has a dark side. Heck, everything existing is a whole made of light and darkness. The yin-yang thing, you know? Name an industry, name a business, name a vocation that has no perverts, liars, cheaters, terrible accidents, sacrifices needed, extremes or dangers in it. Even church itself is full of these. Even spiritual enlightenment and healthy lifestyle industries are full of these. It's part of what people carry inside, some way more than others. I believe it's an awareness everyone should have stepping into life. Wherever you go, whatever you do, darkness tries to creep in, so it's up to you to protect yourself by having the right mindset and boundaries. That's why someone saying, "You think pop is all innocence and cuteness and glamour, psych," to me is like, oh no, Susan? YG is shit, yes, but people using the whole YG does not let Blackpink produce because he is misogynistic excuse is bullshit. I've never really understood why Blinks make these claims when literally every female artist under YG has been credited and taken part in writing their own music. CL was part of almost all tracks for 2NE1, and Somi, who is such a fresh face under the agency, took part in producing her new song. I don't see why fans think they need to justify Blackpink not writing music, as there is nothing wrong with it. No. Idols that don't write their own raps at all are not real rappers. Even Jackson has stated that he is a person that raps, not a rapper, even when he is much better than many idols. I have multiple rapper friends and they get so annoyed by people who rap but don't write anything at all and say they are great rappers. Because rap is not just about how fast you can speak. For these people it is their art and passion, and everything counts. From the flow to the delivery to the emotion to the style. And writing on your own is a very important part of that. Blackpink are inconsistent performers. No, they are not untalented, horrible, unworthy, etc., but they are extremely inconsistent with their performances. Many of their performances are great to watch and the girls are slaying, but most of the time they have barely any stage presence and boring to watch. Add to that the fact that they get such mediocre choreography. The performances are underwhelming. Many Blinks bring up their Coachella performance, but to me, that is what they can be, but many times are not. Just watch their Coachella performance and then their recent Jimmy Fallon one. The same is with their concerts. The American concerts were such a hype to watch, but many others? Disappointing. I didn't like Lisa as a mentor in Youth With You. I had no issues with how strict she was because teaching is subjective, but what I found to be a major issue was that she wasn't able to help with technical aspects and movements at all. She would do a step and ask the trainees to follow instead of pointing out how they can do that or how much strength, control, sharpness, etc. is needed. An example I can think of was when Kun, another mentor, was there in absence of Lisa. He told the trainee to use more upper arm strength and control her elbows more, because of which she was able to do it at once instead of having to do again and again, which was the case with when Lisa was teaching. I think a major part of it was because of the language barrier, but I don't think Lisa was able to teach the trainees well. The last one. Pop fans are extremely overprotective and defensive over their idols. When a scandal happens, pop fans will always find a way to justify their idol's actions or find a reason to defend them. They can't hear any criticism against their idols at all and will always try to prove their idols superior. I'm sorry, but if half of your idols were in the American pop industry, they would have been called out and criticized so much for their flaws like weak vocals, lack of stage presence, no personal input in music process, etc. That's all for today. Please subscribe and like this video. Thanks for watching.